Primes. The first Transformer spots ever created. Mythological beings with unique abilities.
Hello everybody! Today we're looking at the Transformers Age of the Prime Solus Prime! However, I have an announcement for you. We have a guest today. A guest from a video long since past. If you've been around for a while, you know I've only had one guest in my entire video making journey. And he's here today. Ladies and gentlemen, Unicron.
Hello. I'm here. Yeah. Again.
He is. Alright, before we take a look at Solus, we need to take a look at her box, and I need to put on my little getup, because...
Clear plastic.
Yeah, the boxes, the new clear plastic boxes, while I really like them, they're also quite reflective. And it can and will show my face. So I need to put on... I know this looks incredibly stupid.
What? It's only protective gear.
Exactly. So here we have Solus Prime's box. So let's pick it up and take it in for a closer look. There we have the whole shebang. Transformers, Age of the Primes, the 13, Solus Prime. You got Solus Prime on top, Solus Prime on the side, till all are one. You get Solus Prime, Alchemist Prime, which we have revealed, but what we don't have revealed is Micronus Prime. So that's our first look at Micronus Prime. Looks like he's going to be based on RID 2015. Side, Solus Prime. On the back, Solus Prime, the Forge. You got all that good fun stuff. Let's get this box out of the way so I can take all this crap off of my face.
Is it hard to breathe in there?
Nah, not really.
Oh.
I can see, though. What do you mean, aw?
Nothing.
So now, we can look at Solus Prime herself. She looks amazing with the deep purple and silvery gray color scheme with the yellow highlights. While the eyes aren't the pinkish purple of box art, the green still really looks good. What does Unicron think of her color scheme? Or her color scheme?
It looks pretty good, like amethyst and gold upon a bed of quartz. Poetry. Listen, you're the one who brought me here.
Okay, you make a fair point. Alright. The shoulder pads are quite significant pauldrons. Probably bigger than Prima's in terms of their proportional things. I can't determine whether I like them down or up. What does Unicron think?
Shoulder pads are shoulder pads.
You said that last night, dude. Yeah, this is just what happens when friend is being friend. Anyways, her accessory is the Forge of Solus Prime.
Big hammer.
Or, as the packaging calls it, the Forge Hammer. It's quite the detailed accessory and does have her unique insignia on the top. Now, if you're anything like me, you'll see that there isn't much of a clear way to remove the handle from the hammer. However,
you just gotta wiggle it.
Ta-da! It does separate. And it does slide into her hand, obviously. But it can also store on her back in this very specific way. You take this tab and push it which flips out this port on this peg on the side, and that tabs into this port on her back, and boom! Now she's holding the hammer. And the worst part, the most annoying part about this is it's kind of hard to get back in and click back into place. I can do it with my fingernails, but you can take off the hilt, the handle, and use it to push it back into place. And on the very bottom of the hammer, grenade! She can hold it with any of the 5mm ports. There's one here, and one here. So she can hold it, and it is, yes, a grenade, but you can also use it to do other things. You can make it look like she's singing or something. Or she's drinking some Energon, who knows? They need Energon.
Who drinks out of a grenade? Unless it was any purpose.
Alright, now we do her articulation. After Unicron voices his opinions on the accessory. Because he's just sitting here right now, so he needs to be part of the video.
Hammer's nice. I like how it comes apart, and the click is very satisfying when you put the hammer back on the hilt. The grenade is also neat. It's just a kind of a block, though.
Block. Alright. Now, articulation. Her articulation is pretty good. The head is on a ball joint and a hinge due to transformation, so it can look up all the way. Her shoulders pull a full 360. They hinge in and out. The shoulder pads move out to accommodate the movement, although they only go out to 90 degrees. You get butterfly joints due to transformation that allow her to wield the forge with both hands. You get bicep rotation. Unfortunately a little under 90 degrees of bend at the elbow. That looks like under 90, right?
That is slightly over 90. It's an obtuse angle, a very slight.
Yeah, under 90 degrees, 80, 89, 88.
Oh.
You get a wrist swivel and a wrist hinge due to the ball joint. This panel falls off sometimes, so just be cautious. Waist can pull a full 360 despite the kind of cape. The hip skirt, love the hip skirt. It is multi-segmented. It has 3 segments, each of which are separately articulated, which, if we lift the whole thing up, allows the hips to kick forward over 90 degrees and backward a little under 90 degrees. But they can go in and out, and as you can kind of see, I've not seen anyone actually acknowledge this before, but as you can see, they're indented ratchet joints. Not sure why they're indented ratchets, and this one is weaker than this one, but whatever. You get a thigh rotation, you get a little over 90 degrees of bend at the knee, and if you really wanted to, you could use that transformation joint as another knee bend, but her upper legs are a bit long. Transformers 1 level of long leg syndrome. Foot rotates, and on my copy, that one likes to pop off its mushroom peg when you rotate it in a very specific way. And finally, incredibly deep ankle pivot. What does Unicron think of Solus Prime's articulation?
Solus Prime is very articulated, and it would be fun to transform, I'd imagine. Since I don't have those kinds of motor skills.
It actually is kind of annoying. It's going to be a bit more... Well, it's fun, but with camera, I need to reach my arms around all this stuff. Don't worry, they've seen this. They know what it looks like. So now we can do size comparisons. She is small, so we're first going to compare her next to my representation of Optimus Prime in the 13 Primes, the War for Cybertron Siege Optimus. And as you can see, she is itty-bitty in comparison to Siege Optimus.
Again, Optimus is built different. He is swole.
Yeah. Then we have Legacy United / Age of the Primes. Vector Prime, the prime of time. It's prime time. So
he's tall. And
he is
also
tall.
has those beautiful golden accents.
Oh yeah.
Do all of them have that?
No. Our next, that was unintentional, but that was actually very good. Our next prime, Prima, does not have those golden accents, but these two look really good together. Like, oh my god, this Age of the Primes shelf, this 13 Primes shelf is gonna be so good when I get these guys on it. Oh, it's gonna look so amazing. Yeah, Prima has not gone on the shelf since I got him. I've been screwing around with him constantly. So our last two Transformer size comparisons are gonna be her next to the 86 Optimus Prime, which, yeah, that's large.
He's very blocky, so of course he'd have a
And
size
then
advantage.
the probably one of the shortest deluxes they've ever made, so we can see how she compares against him. The Studio Series 86 Deluxe Class Autobot Bumblebee.
He's
so-
even bittier than she is.
Yeah, I'd imagine that's around the size my Cronus Prime is going to be.
So he's going to be a pain because he's going to be less blocky and more articulated, I'd imagine.
And my Cronus will... Like, these smaller figures have better quality. Alright, now we can have Unicron do some size comparisons. I'll do it. It's easier because I'm in front of the camera.
We are,
So,
for the first one, we're doing with one of my figures, the Playmates Series 2 Monsterverse Tiamat figure.
yes, because he is a Godzilla nerd. So, there's that comparison. It's a little hard to see in terms of the height, but in terms of height from tail to head, he is way, way larger. It's a he,
She.
right? Oh, they're both females.
They're also both purple. Next, we are bringing in the Playmates Series Shimo, the Titan of Ice.
So yeah, this is quite large in comparison to Solus Prime, obviously. And if you're wondering why we're doing this, since they don't really have any relevance to each other, for funsies. Alright, you can take
We are
Shimo
bringing in Playmates Godzilla,
from GXK.
the New Empire. As
You
we can
got
see, he is quite
taller.
tall and very long since he's him.
He's got a tail.
And then next, we are bringing in an old figure from the 90s. We are bringing in...
This is a 90s figure?
Yeah, we are bringing in
Let's
complete
Fold his
form.
wings in.
We are bringing in complete form Destoroyah from the 1995 Godzilla film, Godzilla vs. Destoroyah. Without his wings, he seems small in comparison, aside from his tail, which is up against the back.
But then you bring out his wings.
Destoroyah is quite a large figure, and even though he doesn't have articulation, he is still a giant brick.
Big man.
We are bringing in one of the most recent Godzilla figures and a Bandai Namco figure, I believe. Mechagodzilla from Tokyo SOS.
/
Kiryu.
Yeah, Kiryu. So Kiryu is a bit taller, but that's with his legs fully extended. With the regular leg arrangement that they usually have, I'd imagine he'd be a bit shorter than her.
We are going to ratchet these knee joints.
Oh yeah, the ratchet's beautiful.
We are going to remove his blast effect. Where did his jaw go?
Imagine his other jaw is still out there.
It isn't. Found it. Sorry for the wait, folks.
You can put this on your finger.
Here he is with ratcheted joints and without his blast effect.
Yeah, so with him being in a pose that he would usually be in, he is about the same height as Solus Prime, maybe still a little taller?
Without the head crest, of course.
Yeah.
And
Finally,
we are bringing in the Playmates Kong figure.
Monkey. He's beautiful. I'm sure him and Optimus Primal would get along. Yeah, like, they're small, but they are incredibly dense. Like, this thing, heavy.
You could stone something.
Blunt
with it.
force weapon. Wasn't there one more figure that we were gonna do?
And of course, Primus's very own movie Sonic figure, which has better articulation than most of the figures we showed you today. Short.
Why does he look purple under this light?
It could just be that he's next to a very purple Solus Prime, and that he's darker than the blue background.
Alright, now we get to transform Solus. Now, her transformation is fun, but as with some transformations, doing it on camera,
Sucks.
I'm imagining is going to be a pain. So, first thing you want to do, lift this whole back assembly and pull it away from the back so you can flip out the front grille. And then there's a massive hollow gap in there that you're going to flip her head into. Now, we get to work on the legs and the hip skirt. So you want to take the hip skirt, bring the outer segments forward, rotate the mid segment halfway so you can bring these through, rotate this mid segment all the way, and collapse it. Next, what you want to do is rotate the waist 180 degrees. Now we get to do the legs. So you want to shift the wheel out of the way, take the heel, flip it in, collapse the wheel back in, rotate this, and this tab will peg into that slot up there. So you want to bend here and then bend up here. And you do the same thing on the other side.
That's just
Bang. So there's that. Then you have a tab here and a slot here. They will peg together, nice and secure. And now we get to the fun part. Use the butterfly joints to shift the arms all the way forward, shift the front all the way forward, bring that grill all the way. I recommend rotating the arms out here just to make it easier to maneuver stuff around. First time, this is going to be difficult. So, rotate these panels around until they soft click into place. You cannot hear the soft click, but it is that little indent there that it slides into. That was not the figure clicking. That was Unicron's knuckle.
apologies.
Alright, so you want to rotate these, and then you want to take the arm, open that panel, slide the hand in, bring this up, rotate it, and you need to make sure. Well, first of all, let's use the double. There goes the grill. That's new.
Well, it's a good thing it isn't broken.
Yeah, things
right?
pop off during this transformation a lot, but that's new. Whatever. So you take the shoulder pads and you kind of snap them into place. Then you bring this up. This tab here goes into that slot, but that's just kind of a guiding tab. In this panel, you must make sure that this panel, focus please, is in front of the hip, or else it will not work. Then you want to try to tab that into place
Without breaking it.
which it's not going to tab in because, and then you also need to make sure the shoulder pad is pegged into the front.
Of course, the figure only decides to act up on camera.
No, this happens a lot off camera.
Is it, do you think it's...
Alright, I'm just going to do this off screen. Of course, the second I take it off screen, it works. Alright, now I'm just going to do that on the other side off camera because, like, I ain't doing that on camera. Bang. And there we have
A car.
Solus Prime in her vehicle mode. This is quite the vehicle mode. It's not perfect, but it's not necessarily bad either.
It's a car, for sure.
True. Despite this being a completely conceptualized design, I like it. The back is a bit unruly, but not bad by any means. Full pinned on wheels, she rolls like a dream. She can roll out all day. Unlike Prima with his weird clearance issues.
She rocks and she rolls.
Man. Her hammer stores via... I can't really see it. That slot on the back right there. It's got... The hammer has a tab on it. So that pegs in. It's not the best weapon storage, but it's Transformers weapon storage. Alright, now we do size comparisons. We're only doing Transformers size comparisons.
Because last
Sorry,
I checked,
Unicron.
Yeah, because last I checked, Mecha console can't. I bet if I had one of the Mogura figures.
So we got Morph Cybertron Siege Optimus Prime, who with scale barely fits on the...
Solus fits on his truck bed.
Wait, hold on. Oh my god, he's right. Alright, Nope, water. Next up, we got Legacy United / Age of the Primes. Vector Prime.
With that sick gold outline.
Oh, yeah.
He's gilded.
Then we got Age of the Primes Prima. So, with their vehicle modes are like almost the exact same length, even though Solus is much smaller than Prima in robot mode, which shows just how much this compresses.
Prima is also twice the height in vehicle mode.
Yeah. Then we have, this is definitely not going to fit fully on screen, 86 Optimus Prime. Yeah, Solus can easily fit in on his trailer bed. She could probably fit in the trailer. Well,
I mean, that did happen with 86 Bumblebee last night.
I mean, that is what the trailer is designed to do. Speaking of 86 Bumblebee.
Yeah, he's literally a block.
Yeah, so imagine this being kind of like Micron's Prime scale. So, now that we've done all that, we can get into... Nah, Unicron just threatened my life, guys.
Don't worry, it was off screen.
Okay, now we can get into some final thoughts. While she's not perfect and has some flaws, she's overall a pretty nice figure. I would recommend her as I would all the Primes so far. Maybe my bias for the Primes is influencing my ranking, but whatever. This thing right here is now giving his opinion.
For a Transformers figure, it definitely has had a lot of care put into it. Everything down to the detailing, the insignia, the little grenade on the bottom of her hammer. Overall, I would say the Primes are some of the best Transformers figures they have. Then again, I haven't been exposed to a lot of them. So, Primus here. Out of the 3 Primes you have so far... 4. Out of the 4 Primes you have here that don't count 3 billion Optimus, how would you rank them?
Oh, dude!
Bring all 4 of them onto here and rank them.
3 of them are still in their alt modes!
Well, that's toting.
Alright.
Optimus shouldn't count.
No, he's a Prime. Yeah, technically he's a member of the Age of the Primes. For the sake of space, Solus is gonna
stand on Vector.
Stand in the back there. Okay. Ranking them all?
Yep, all 4 of them.
It was completely unscripted, by the way. He just asked me that. Alright. Solus isn't bad, but she would have to go in last.
Oh, dang.
She's not bad. She's not bad. It's just the other ones are better. Then it goes Vector, Prima, and... Wait, no. Then it goes Prima, Vector, then Optimus. Anyways, that has been...
Optimus bias? Real? Oh.
No, Siege Optimus is just really good. Anyways, that has been all for today's review. So, goodbye and good night.